understand. Yeah, yeah. Because Saurabh has done that settings and all for us. Because I am also
Hmm.
not very technical friendly in these things. So Saurabh has done it, and I don't know how he does it. But he has told me how to start recording. So when I log in through it, I do that normally. So whenever I'm there,
Okay. So
I
it
put,
appears in the participants. No? It appears in the participants
yeah, in the
that
participants, whoever is the host,
or
na.
in record. Okay, there is one option called record.
No, no,
Um,
in the record option directly, if you do, see what can you do, na, Deepa? On
mm,
times like this, what we can do, when somehow like there is, I am not there or things like that. So what you guys can do, you can record from this direct record thing. By
okay.
just clicking on the record button, by the host or co-host, whoever can do it. I don't know if everyone can do it. So that way you can save the session, and then we can directly upload it by taking Saurabh's help, or I think Milinji might also know how to do it. So I don't know, but we can take someone's help and then we can figure it out and we can put it. So just keeping you informed. So anytime if this happens that I am not there and you guys have to record, you can just use that as an option, or we will see. Whenever we meet today or something, or not today, like when in the next meeting or something, we'll talk about this, all this loophole. Just keep it noted so we can address these things, and others can also suggest solutions for this, so we don't encounter such things later in the near future. Hi, Milinji.
Hi,
I
hi,
I
hello.
forgot actually where were we because yeah, you only
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah. So yes, I'm on the right page now. Okay, so here author explains, like how to, if your mind
It's
wanders during the
which
meditation.
chapter that we're reading right now?
This is third chapter, I think. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah. Who
So
wants to read? Yeah, Deepa has
Deepaji,
written
you
her
start.
name.
Deepaji, you start it from here. What to do when the mind
Okay.
wanders?
Okay. I'm starting here. What to do when the mind wanders away? In spite of your
Just a minute,
concerted
just
effort,
a minute, Deepa. Milinji, can you zoom the screen so that only the text is visible if that's possible? That will help us to read and see through properly. Maybe you can make it full screen or something so the other side menus and everything disappear in the edit or somewhere. That option of full screen is normally menu. Can you check on that?
yeah, now it's better,
Okay,
no?
yeah, it's better now. But yeah, we can make it full screen next time, so it will be just on a click. Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So, what to do when the mind wanders away? In spite of your concerted effort to keep the mind on your breathing, the mind will likely wander away. It may go to past experiences, and suddenly you may find yourself remembering places you have visited, people you met, friends not seen for a long time, a book you read long ago, and taste of food you ate yesterday, and so on. As soon as you notice that your mind is no longer on your breath, mindfully bringing it back and anchor it there. However, in a few moments, you may be caught up again thinking how to pay your bills, to make a phone call to your friend, and write a letter to someone, do your laundry, buy your groceries, go to the party, plan your next vacation, and so forth. As soon as you notice that your mind is on your object, bring it back mindfully. Following are some suggestions to help you gain the concentration necessary for the practice of mindfulness. One, counting. In situations like this, counting may help. The purpose of counting is simply to focus the mind on the breath. Once your mind is focused on the breath, give up counting. This is a device for gaining concentration. There are numerous ways of counting. Any counting should be done mentally. Do not make any sound when you count. Following are some of the ways of counting. A. While breathing in, count 1, one, 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 until the lungs are full of fresh air. While breathing out, count two, 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 until the lungs are empty of fresh air. Then, while breathing in, again count three, 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 until the lungs are full again. While breathing out, count again four, 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 until the lungs are empty of fresh air. Count up to 10 and repeat as many times as necessary to keep the mind focused on the breath. The second B, the second method of counting is counting rapidly up to 10 while counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Breathe in. And again, while counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, breathe out. This means that with one inhalation, you should count up to 10, and with one exhalation, you should count up to 10. Repeat this way of counting as many times as necessary to focus the mind on the breath. See, the third method of counting is to count in succession up to 10. At this time, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only up to 5 while inhaling, and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 6 while exhaling. Again, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only up to 7 while inhaling. Then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 while exhaling. Count up to 9 while inhaling and count up to 10 while exhaling. Repeat this way of counting as many times as necessary to focus the mind on the breath. D. The fourth method is to take a long breath when the lungs are full. Mentally count 1 and breathe out completely until the lungs are empty of fresh air. Then count mentally 2. Take a long breath again and count 3 and breathe out completely as before. When the lungs are empty of fresh air, count mentally 4. Count your breath in this manner up to 10. Then count backward from 10 to 1. Count again from 1 to 10, then 10 to 1. E. The fifth method is to join inhaling and exhaling. When the lungs are empty of fresh air, count mentally 1. This time you should count both inhalation and exhalation as 1. Again, inhale, exhale, and mentally count 2. This way of counting should be done only up to 5 and repeated from 5 to 1. Repeat this method until your breathing becomes refined and quiet. Remember that you're not supposed to continue your counting all the time. As soon as your mind is locked at the nostril tip where the inhalation and exhalation touch, and you begin to feel that your breathing is so refined and quiet that you cannot notice inhalation and exhalation separately. You should give up counting. Counting is used only to train the mind to concentrate on one subject. 2. Connecting. After inhaling, do not wait to notice the brief pause before exhaling, but connect the inhaling with exhaling so you can notice both inhaling and exhaling as one continuous breath. 3. Fixing. After joining inhaling with exhaling, fix your mind on the point where you feel your inhaling and exhaling breath touching. Inhale and exhale as one single breath, moving in and out, touching or rubbing the rims of your nostrils. 4. Focus your mind like a carpenter. A carpenter draws a straight line on a board that he wants to cut. Then he cuts the board with his saw along the straight line he drew. He does not look at the teeth of his saw as they move in and out of the board. Rather, he focuses his entire attention on the line he drew so he can cut the board straight. Similarly, keep your mind straight on the point where you feel the breath at the rims of your nostrils. 5. Make your mind like a goalkeeper. A gatekeeper, I'm sorry, a gatekeeper does not take into account any detail of the people entering a house. All he does is notice people entering the house and leaving the house through the gate. Similarly, when you concentrate, you should not take into account any detail of your experiences. Simply notice the feeling of your inhaling and exhaling breath as it goes in and out right at the rims of your nostrils. As you continue your practice, your mind and body become so light that you may feel as if you're floating in the air or on water. You may even feel that your body is springing up into the sky when the grossness of your in and out breathing has ceased. Subtle in and out breathing arises. The very subtle breath is your mind's object of focus. This is the sign of concentration. This first appearance of a sign object will be replaced by a more and more subtle sign object. This subtlety of the sign can be compared to the sound of a bell. When the bell is struck with a big iron rod, you hear a gross sound at first. At the, s- as the sound fades away, the sound becomes very subtle. Similarly, the in and out breath appears at first as a gross sign. As you keep paying bare attention to it, this sign becomes very subtle, but the consciousness remains totally focused on the rims of the nostrils. Other meditation objects become clearer and clearer as the sign develops, but the breath becomes subtler and subtler as the sign develops. Because of this subtlety, you may not notice the presence of your breath. Don't get disappointed thinking that you lost your breath or that nothing is happening to your meditation practice. Don't worry, be mindful and determined to bring your feelings of breath back to the rims of your nostrils. This is the time you should practice more vigorously, balancing your energy, faith, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Farmer simile. Suppose there is a farmer who uses buffaloes for plowing his rice field. As he's tired in the middle of the day, he unfastens his buffaloes and takes a rest under the cool shade of a tree. When he wakes up, he does not find his animals. He does not worry, but simply walks to the water place where all the animals gather for drinking in the hot midday, and he finds his buffaloes there. Without any problem, he brings them back and ties them to the yoke again and starts plowing his field. Similarly, as you continue this exercise, your breath becomes so subtle and refined that you might not be able to notice the feeling of breath at all. When this happens, do not worry. It has not disappeared. It is still where it was before, right at the nostril tips. Take a few quick breaths and you will notice the feeling of breathing again. Continue to pay bare attention to the feeling of the touch of breath in the rims of your nostrils. As you keep your mind focused on the rims of your nostrils, you will be able to notice the sign of the development of meditation. You will feel the pleasant sensation of a sign. Different meditators experience this differently. It will be like a star or a round gem or a round pearl or a cotton seed or a peg made of heartwood or a long string or a wreath of flowers or a puff of smoke or a cobweb or a film of cloud or a lotus flower or the disk of the moon or the disk of the sun. Earlier in your practice, you had inhaling and exhaling as objects of meditation. Now you have the sign as the third object of meditation. When you focus your mind on this third object, your mind reaches a stage of concentration sufficient for your practice of insight meditation. This sign is strongly present at the rims of the nostril. Master it and gain full control of it so that whenever you want, it should be available. Unite the mind with this sign that is available in the present moment and let the mind flow with every succeeding moment. As you pay back attention to it, you will see that the sign itself is changing every moment. Keep your mind with the changing moments. Also, notice that your mind can be concentrated only on the present moment. This unity of the mind with the present moment is called momentary concentration, as moments are incessantly passing away one after another. The mind keeps pace with them, changing with them, appearing and disappearing with them without clinging to any of them. If we try to stop the mind at one moment, we end up in frustration because the mind cannot be held fast. It must keep up with what is happening in the new moment. As the present moment can be found any moment, every waking moment can be made a concentrated moment. Shall I continue or we have anyone else who'd like to read? Okay.
I
I
think there
guess
are
I'll
no names.
continue.
If anyone wants
Yeah,
to
I'll
read, yeah, they
continue.
can. Yeah, yeah.
I'll just continue in that case. To unite the mind with the present moment, we must find something happening at that moment. However, you cannot focus your mind on every changing moment without a certain degree of concentration to keep pace with the moment. Once you gain this degree of concentration, you can use it for focusing your attention on anything you experience, the rising and falling of your abdomen, the rising and falling of the chest area, the rising and falling of any feeling, or the rising and falling of your breath or thoughts, and so on. To make any progress is insight in insight meditation, you need this kind of practice. You need this kind of momentary concentration. This is all you need for the insight meditation practice, because everything in your experience lives only for one moment. When you focus this concentrated state of mind on the changes taking place in your mind and body, you'll notice that your breath is the physical part, and the feeling of breath, consciousness of the feeling, and the consciousness of the sign are the mental parts. As you notice them, you can notice that you're changing all the time. You may have various types of sensation other than the feeling of breathing taking place in your body. Watch them all over your body. Don't try to create any feeling that is not naturally present in any part of your body, but notice whatever sensation arises in the body. When thought arises, notice it too. All you should notice in all these occurrences is the impermanent, unsatisfactory, and selfless nature of all your experiences, whether mental or physical. As your mindfulness develops, your resentment for the change, your dislike for the unpleasant experience, your greed for the pleasant experiences, and the notion of selfhood will be replaced by the deeper awareness of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selfishness. This knowledge of reality in your experience helps you to foster a more calm, peaceful, and mature attitude toward your life. You will see what the thought in the past to be permanent is changing with such inconceivable rigidity that even your mind cannot keep up with these changes. Somehow, you'll be able to notice many of the changes. You will see the subtlety of impermanence and the subtlety of selflessness. This insight will show you the way to peace and happiness, and will give you the wisdom to handle your daily problems in life. When the mind is united with the breath flowing all the time, we will naturally be able to focus the mind on the present moment. We can notice a feeling arising from contract of breath with the rim of your nostrils. As the earth element of the air that we breathe in and out touches the earth element of your nostrils, the mind feels the flow of air in and out. The warm feeling arises at the nostrils or any other part of the body from the contact of the heat element generated by the breathing process. The feeling of impermanence of breath arises when the earth element of flowing breath touches the nostrils. Although the water element is present in the breath, the mind cannot feel. Also, we feel the expansion and contraction of our lungs, abdomen, and lower abdomen. As the fresh air is pumped in and out of the lungs, the expansion and contraction of the abdomen, lower abdomen, and chest are parts of the universal rhythm. Everything in the universe has the same rhythm of expansion and contraction, just like our breath and body. All of them are rising and falling. However, our primary concern is the rising and falling phenomena of the breath and minute parts of our minds and bodies. Along with the inhaling breath, we experience a small degree of calmness. This little degree of calmness turns into tension if we don't breathe out in a few moments. As we breathe out, this tension is released. After breathing out, we experience discomfort if we wait too long before having fresh air brought in again. This means that every time our lungs are full, we must breathe out, and every time our lungs are empty, we must breathe in. As we breathe in, we experience a small degree of calmness, and as we breathe out, we experience a small degree of calmness. We desire calmness and relief of tension and do not like the tension and feeling resulting from the lack of breath. We wish that the calmness would stay longer and the tension disappear more quickly than it normally does. But the tension will not go away as fast as we wish, nor will the calmness stay as long as we wish. And again, we get agitated or irritated, for we desire the calmness to return and stay longer, and the tension to go away quickly, and the tension to go away quickly, and not to return again. Here we see how even a small degree of desire for permanence in an impermanent situation causes pain or unhappiness. Since there is no self entity to control this situation, we will become more disappointed. However, if we watch our breathing without desiring calmness and without resenting the tension arising from breathing in and breathing out, and experience only the impermanence, the unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness of our breath, our mind becomes peaceful and calm. The mind does not stay all the time with the feelings of breath. It goes to sounds, memories, emotions, perceptions, consciousness, and mental formations as well. When we experience these states, we should forget about the feeling of breath and immediately focus our attention on these states, one at a time, not all of them at one time. As they fade away, we let our mind return to the breath, which is the home base the mind can return to from quick or long journeys to various states of mind and body. We must remember that all these mental journeys are made within the mind itself. Every time the mind returns to the breath, it comes back with a deeper insight into impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness. The mind becomes more insightful from the impartial, unbiased watching of these occurrences. The mind gains insight into the fact that this body, these feelings, the various states of consciousness, and numerous mental formations are to be used only for the purpose of gaining deeper insight into the reality of this body mind complex. A new chapter. Do we go with a new chapter, or what do we do? What to do with your body?
If you want to stop reading, Deepa, I can read. Like if you want to continue, you can.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
if you're going ahead, I'm asking Milinji if you're going ahead, and I can also read. Vandana, would you also like to read or not today? Like just wanting to know. Or Milinji also himself.
I think she's outside. She put a
Okay, okay,
message. She's outside and she'll be a
okay,
listener
okay.
today. Maybe she can read. I don't
I'm
know.
just glad
Like,
you joined. Yeah. No problem. So yeah, I can read. If you want to stop, Deepa, if you want to continue, you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Mil-
Yes.
Milinji
Yeah.
will read the next chapter or what? How?
No, go ahead, go ahead. You read next chapter. It will be small.
Okay, okay. I'll take Deepa. You
Yeah.
want to read?
Yeah, you can take over, Mansi.
Okay, okay. I'll read it. No problem. Yeah. Chapter 6. What do we do? What to do with your body? Okay, I think this is for me. The practice of meditation has been going on for several thousand years. That is quite a bit of time for experimentation, and the procedure has been very, very thoroughly refined. Buddhist practice has always recognized that the mind and body are tightly linked and that each influences the other. Thus, there are certain recommended physical practices that will greatly help you to master this skill, and these practices should be followed. Keep in mind, however, that these postures are practice aids. Don't confuse the two. Meditation does not mean sitting in the lotus position, it is a mental skill. It can be practiced anywhere you wish, but these postures will help you to learn this skill and they speed your progress and development. So use them. General rules. The purpose of the various postures is threefold. First, they provide a stable feeling in the body. This allows you to remove your attention from such issues as balance and muscular fatigue so that you can center your concentration on the formal object of meditation. Second, they promote physical immobility, which is then reflected by an immobility of mind. This creates a deeply settled and tranquil concentration. Third, they give you the ability to sit for a long period of time without yielding to the meditator's three main enemies: pain, muscular tension, and falling asleep. The most essential thing is to sit with your back straight. The spine should be erect with the spinal vertebrae held like a stack of coins with one on top of the other. Your head should be held in line with the rest of the spine. All of this is done in a relaxed manner. No stiffness. You're not a wooden soldier and there is no drill sergeant. There should be no muscular tension involved in keeping the back straight. Sit light and easy. The spine should be like a firm young tree growing out of soft ground. The rest of the body just hangs from it in a loose, relaxed manner. This is going to require a bit of experimentation on your part. We generally sit in tight, guarded postures when we are walking or talking, and in sprawling postures when we are relaxing. Neither of those will do, but they are cultural habits and they can be relearned. Your objective is to achieve a posture in which you can sit for an entire session without moving at all. In the beginning, you will probably feel a bit odd to sit with a straight back, but you will get used to it. It takes practice, and an erect posture is very important. This is what is known in physiology as a position of arousal, and with it goes mental alertness. If you slouch, you are inviting drowsiness. What you sit on is equally important. You are going to need a chair or a cushion, depending on the posture you choose, and the firmness of the seat must be chosen with some care. Too soft a seat can put you right to sleep, too hard can induce pain. Clothing. The clothes you wear for meditation should be loose and soft. If they restrict blood flow or put pressure on nerves, the result will be pain and or that tingling numbness that we normally refer to as our legs going to sleep. If you're wearing a belt, loosen it. Don't wear tight pants or pants made of thick material. Long skirts are a good choice for women. Loose pants made of thin or elastic material are fine for body. Soft flowing robes are the traditional garb in Asia, and they come in an enormous variety of styles such as sarongs and kimonos. Take your shoes off, and if your stockings are tight and binding, take them off too. Traditional postures. When you're sitting on the floor in the traditional Asian manner, you need a cushion to elevate your spine. Choose one that is relatively firm and that at least 3 inches thick when compressed. Sit close to the front edge of the cushion and let your crossed legs sit rest on the floor in front of you. If the floor is carpet, that may be enough to protect your shins and ankles from pressure. If it is not, you will probably need some sort of padding for your legs. A folded blanket will do nicely. Don't sit all the way back on the cushion. This position causes its front edge to press into the underside of your thigh, causing nerves to pinch. The result will be leg pain. There are a number of ways you can fold your legs. We will list four in ascending order of preference. Native American style, your right foot is tucked under the left knee and left foot is tucked under your right knee. Burmese style, both of your legs lie flat on the floor from knee to foot. They are parallel with one in front of the other. Half lotus. Both of your knees touch the floor. One leg and foot lie flat along the calf of the other leg. Full lotus. Both knees touch the floor and your legs are crossed at the calf. Your left foot rests on right thigh and your right foot rests on left thigh. Both soles turn upward. All these postures, your hands are cupped one on the other, and they rest on your lap with palms turned upward. The hands lie just below the navel with the bend of each wrist pressed against the thigh. This arm position provides firm bracing for the upper body. Don't tighten your neck or shoulder muscles. Relax your arms. Your diaphragm is held relaxed. Expand it to maximum fullness. Don't let tension build up in the stomach area. Your chin is up. Your eyes can be open or closed. If you keep them open, fix them on the tip of your nose or in a middle distance straight in front. You're not looking at anything. You're just putting your eyes where there is nothing in particular to see so that you can forget about vision. Don't strain, don't stiffen, and don't be rigid. Relax. Let the body there is some box. Let the body be natural and supple. Let it hang from the erect spine like a rag doll. Half and full lotus positions are the traditional meditation postures in Asia, and the full lotus is considered the best. It is the most solid by far. Once you are locked into this position, you can be completely immovable for a very long period. Since it requires a considerable flexibility in the necks, not everybody can do it. There is a this called Ardha Padmasan and Padmasan, right? If I'm not right about these positions, I think they're named like this. Uh,
Yes,
besides the main criteria, yes,
yes,
okay,
yes, ma'am.
okay, yeah. Besides, the main criterion by which you choose a posture for yourself is not what others say about it. It is your own comfort. Choose a position that allows you to sit the longest without pain, without moving. Experiment with different postures. The tendons will lose with practice, and then you can work gradually toward the full lotus. Using a chair. Sitting on the floor may not be feasible for you because of pain or some or other reason. No problem. You can always use a chair instead. Pick one that has a level seat, a straight back, and no arms. It is best to sit in such a way that your back does not lean against the back of the chair. The furniture of the seat should not dig into the underside of your thighs. Place your legs side by side, feet flat on the floor. As with the traditional postures, place both hands on your lap, cupped one upon the other. Don't tighten your neck or shoulder muscles and relax your arms. Your eyes can be open or closed. In all the above postures, remember your objectives. You want to achieve a state of complete physical stillness, yet you don't want to fall asleep. Recall the analogy of the muddy water. You want to promote a totally settled state of the body, which will engender a corresponding mental settling. There must also be a state of physical alertness, which can induce the kind of mental clarity you seek. So, experiment. Your body is a tool for creating desired mental states. Use it judiciously. Okay, it's over. The chapter 7 fix was all about body postures and how to sit and all. Chapter 7, what to do with your mind? Okay. So, are we reading this, Belinji, or are we stopping for discussion? Yes, Milinji, you there? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're
Yes, we
audible. Maybe he is on
I'm not
mute.
I'm not able to
Yeah.
find that unmute button. Okay, yeah, yeah. We will stop.
Okay, okay.
We'll stop here
Okay,
with
okay.
10
No
minutes.
problem.
So we'll discuss. Yeah. So very
Yeah.
nicely, he explained each and every bit of your physical posture, how to sit for the meditation. While reading the these lines or these chapters, uh, it looks simple, and sometimes we think that why author is explaining these things so much in details. But I have seen many of the people, they just left the meditation practice just because of these reasons. Okay. Or many people come asking this question, what is the right posture for the meditation. So it's good that this author really nicely explain how to sit for the meditation. Very simple. uh, you know uh, because at the and he explained the same thing, like just as Mansi said, it is a Padmasan or Sukhasan. Okay. The very key thing here is what is the best position suited for you. Okay. Which is very comfortable for you, because the whole idea is to do the meditation, not around the meditation, around this thing. If you force yourself to do Padmasan because it is the right posture, it is where many of these uh, meditator or gurus, they sit in that position, so I should achieve, then I achieve that position, I should be very still. Those type of thinking in that direction, then you are forcing yourself to do the meditation. So start. That is what author explains. I love the lines he mentioned. Whichever the position which is very comfortable to you, start with that, because our aim is to do meditation, not achieve some kind of like stone like position. No, we are not for that. So just start with simple one, which I really love in this today's chapter. Okay. Second thing, which while reading, I came to means, like I remember my experience. uh, there is one lady in our Jersey. She is Brahma Kumaris, so she used to conduct meditation in her place. And whenever we used to in house, actually, so whenever I used to go there, I always used to sit on the same position, or same chair. Okay. The reason behind that, this is what my experience, the reason behind that, once you, because her house is new to me, yeah. So once you are in a new place, your brain start calculating the safety and security of that place, because you are not very new to that this thing. Okay. So if you sit in a new place, and even if you close your eyes, your brain is not in safe and secure position, because that place is new to you. So even if you are thinking of meditation, your mind is actually calculating the safety and security of this thing. So better to sit every day in a position which is very safe and secure, internally. So that's why I always prefer to create your own meditation room or space in your house, because then your mind or your brain calculates the safety and security. For example, I'm telling you, I will give you the explanation in just a moment. If you sit next to door, okay, door of your house, very close to door of your house, your brain knows that everyone or someone will always come from that door. So never sit in next to door, okay, while doing your office work as well. Okay. Never sit in a position where back facing the door. because your brain always knows that someone will come from your backside. So that those type of positions are not, or those type of sitting positions are not at all good. So always you need to find out some corner of your house for this one, because once you are in a corner, so at least two dimensions are covered with the safety. So your brain actually calculates all these things. So why to this thing, so yeah, so something, some addition from my end, but lovely chapter today. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone wants to
Thank you
add?
for the additions, Milinji. Very, very beautiful, practical, real life
Yeah.
additions you gave, and they are very, and I think that comes from your experience.
Yeah.
From what I felt reading the chapter today, it was like I have been meditating for a while. Like I do certain things, not very, very regularly, but I know I have gone through it. But what I felt is it's more about doing and experiencing
Yeah.
what the author is suggesting.
Yeah.
And what just one thought I had, maybe some pictorial representation of that would have helped, like some sketches or something, illustrations, or at least photos, something around that. So, if you can just share that in the group
Yeah. Yeah.
for people to understand,
Yeah.
that will be really helpful. Is what I, because when I was reading, I felt like I would want to go and just see on the internet, like what is exactly this position like. So that way. So yeah,
Yeah.
nothing. But yeah, otherwise nice. I'm happy. Like we're progressing with the reading, and it's really nice. That the author is getting in so much detail. Maybe
Yeah.
now I'm also curious about to read, and I do agree that he said right that the body preparation of the body is very important for the
Yeah.
mind to be in that this thing, which I felt was very true for me also personally. Because right now this year, my one of my main goal is also to work on my health and flexibility and things like that. So yes, it does relate also. Yeah. Anyone else? Deepa, Vandana, you want to add
Deepa,
something? Share
Vandana.
something?
Yeah, I would like to tell about the focus and concentration and mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like most of us, like many people know, being focused on one thing today, no, it's very, very difficult. Whatever we are doing, as we are reading, as we are talking, our mind slips into something else. We all have this, out of body experiences. Body is in one place, mind keeps wandering around, skipping, hopping like a little, a girl or a butterfly, hopping from one place to another. So that is something here the writer has explained so beautifully with the counting technique, various types of counting, and being a gatekeeper. So that was extremely helpful for me. And I can use it with my students also. When we find that we can't focus, we are finding it difficult to concentrate or being mindful on one specific activity, it's very useful. And here the writer is, of course, talking about meditation. And during meditation, it's more difficult because we are supposed to not do anything, not think about anything. And that is when you have the tsunami of ideas, thoughts, and worries, and everything coming over. So I love the techniques he's talking about. That was very beautiful. And of course, what sort of attire we should have on our body, and the sitting position, how our spinal cord should be, everything he has described. Wonderful, lovely. Thank you, Melanji,
Thank you.
for selecting this book.
Yeah.
Where I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the reading. Today I was like totally into it.
Yeah. Thank you, Deepaji, for highlighting that particular portion. Let me tell you something around the counting. As you mentioned, like tsunami of thoughts, and the metaphor you gave, like girl or butterfly. Uh, when you do the counting, your first of all thing in that inner engineering book, Sadhguru's very first line which he mentioned, and I really love, he's one of the video, very basic thing which we need to understand here is our brain. That is what he explained, okay, and I completely in seeing this thing. Our brain is evolved for millions of years to be like this, okay. First of all, when your mind wanders, whenever we discuss this type of books, meditation, we always think that our mind should be calm, like the author says, or I should get to that particular this thing where everything is calm and serene and stillness. But at the same time, very basic thing which we need to understand is our mind, or no, sorry, our brain, not mind, our brain is designed to think. Okay, it is evolved to this thing, to find different solution, to do the multitasking. Okay, some we normally blame our mind, blame our brain, the functioning and everything, but it's absolutely not true. The thing is that it is designed in that way to wander, to analyze, to think. Okay, so it's good that it's wandering. It's good that it is like butterfly. It's good that it is monkey mind. Okay, what happens is when you start meditating, like the author says, when you start counting, okay, counting, when you start counting 1 to 10 or 10, 9, 8, 7, what happens is that you focus on one part of your brain. Now I'm little bit going into that this thing. Once you counting, the particular region of your brain get activate. Okay, you are focusing and concentrating on the numbers. So when you listen to the music, it is different part of your brain activate. When you count, your different part of the brain auto. But at least instead of wandering here and there, like thinking about the office, then thinking about family members, thinking about hospital, traffic, and all that, at least your mind get focused on one thing, okay, which is the counting 1 to 10 or this thing, which really helpful. What happens is that once you start practicing this counting 1 to 9 or 10, 9, 1, 1, slowly with this, normally I do this practice when I'm standing and waiting for train or on bus stop, I do this practice. Okay, so when you do these practices multiple times, this counting again and again and again, okay, what happens is that at the background you start realizing, okay, this realization comes, okay, this understanding comes when you practice this counting, that, oh, I can focus on numbers only and there are no other thoughts, no office thought, nothing. It is so beautiful experience. Okay, this is the experience and understanding comes with it. Oh, I can get rid of all other thoughts because your mind thinks only one thought at a time. That is the beauty that you realizes. Okay, you cannot hold two thoughts at a single moment, not at all possible. You cannot hold two breaths at a time. There is always one breath, there is always one thought. And then you become happy saying that, oh, at least I can focus on this number and I get rid of this thing. This again comes with the practice. Okay. And once you keep on practicing this numbering system, that whatever he just gave 2, 3 methods, then you realize that there is no need for counting. You immediately go, after a few days, you immediately go into your breathing. That only focusing on your breath, you get that particular number of thoughts automatically get reduces. But as Mansi mentioned at the beginning, this all comes with the practice, and then you start enjoying actually, you know even if your mind is like butterfly. So one of the definition, Deepaji, for meditation is bringing your mind back to breathing. Okay, so meditation is not absolutely not having zero thoughts. Okay, meditation is
Hmm.
actually bringing your thoughts back to breathing, and then you start enjoying. It is really beautiful. It is really beautiful to be in that zone. So in and out is absolutely fine. That is how your brain works, that is how your mind works. So absolutely fine with that. Just be happy with that. Even if it is a monkey mind, be happy with that. No issue and all that. But then you start enjoying this part, which is the calmness of the mind, stillness of the mind. Once you get glimpse of that, then you will start enjoying meditation. Then okay, so whenever I sit waiting for the bus stop and I do this count breathing, I really enjoy that. Why to bother, because bus is anyway going to come. Okay, it is going to take 5 or 7 minutes. Why to waste time? So this, just add this type of practice in your life, and when you sit for the actual meditation, since you practice throughout the day, it helps you in actual, while you do actual meditation. So start doing this. Actually, it comes with experience. Yeah, just sharing some
It's a
ideas.
form of pranayam, right?
Yes, yes,
The
yes,
breathing
yes, yes.
exercise here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a form of pranayam. So focus on the pranayam, various forms of techniques of pranayam while meditating.
Yeah,
So
so
the
prana, if
focus
you if you talk
automatically comes to
if you
the
talk about
breathing.
pranayam, then pranayam comes in Ashtanga yoga as one of the limb, right? So that is the pranayams are the
Mm,
breathing practices. Okay.
mm,
But if you do that practices, again, those helps while doing the meditation. Okay, but both are the separate
mm,
practices. But yeah, if you are in the breathing practices, then definitely it helps
mm,
you to do the actual meditation. So this, yeah, definitely in Ashtanga
mm,
yoga is go step by step, pranayam, dhyan, dharana, samadhi. So yeah, so dhyan is one of the step next to it. But yeah, those breathing techniques of pranayam definitely helps actually. you know so yeah. Yeah, Vandana
mm.
ji, she's in travel or what? Yes, yes, go ahead.
Yes, I feel ki, in our meditation, no, they take breath work, any one breath work before the final, before starting the meditation. So
Yeah.
it helps. It
Yes,
helps,
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
yes, yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes. So that is one thing. And few, I think 2 years back, I was struggling how to meditate or how to practice. And then after enrolling into a regular session, also, what I felt is sometimes if I'm not able to sit, then I thought it's an insight that I should be doing 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started this 5:8. And the other day you were telling, no, too
Yeah.
many mindfulness coaches have also come
Yeah.
now. So I work under the guidance of Alok. So what he says
Mm-hmm.
is, so when I was not able to sit, I thought there is a indication that I should be mindful 24/7. Then I started this 5:8,
Mm-hmm.
where 5 inhale and 8 exhale.
Yeah.
So that works well for me. So whenever I remember, I bring the focus on my breath and I do this 5:8. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's beautiful. That is beautiful method, different breathing. Whichever
yeah,
works for
whichever
you.
works.
Whichever
Yes, yes.
whichever the method. Some people do the box breathing,
Box
or
breathing.
four
Yes,
seven eight. Yeah. So
yes.
whichever
Four, seven,
fits.
eight. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So whichever suits you, and see, once you do it from internally the answer comes from within. Your answer comes. Okay,
Yes,
this is
yes, yes,
this.
yes.
So that
Correct.
is for you. Just practice. I love those type of experimenting with this thing. What happens is that
Yes.
when you take this breathing at the beginning of the
Mm.
meditation, your
Mm.
central nervous system get calms down. Okay,
Calms down.
brain
Yes,
get the
exactly.
brain gets the signal that you are safe and
That you
sound.
have to. Yes, yes,
Absolutely.
exactly.
So it
Yes, yes,
lost the brain actually lost all the calculation function from outside, saying that okay, you are really safe in this position. Calm down. Again, your breath is there from beginning of your life, so it's always there.
yes.
You
Always.
get that relaxation, and then you can easily enter into meditation. So
Yes, yes,
definitely, breathing is a key. But
yes.
only suggestion this thing. Yeah, practice it whenever you get
Practice,
time.
practice. Yes,
Yeah,
sadhana,
yeah,
sadhana
yeah,
always.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
No
As
doubt.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah. So wherever I get time, like like suppose I'm waiting for queue for payment of my bills, etc.
yes.
I
I
use
know.
that time
Mm.
for that. What
Great.
else? And
So,
those
okay,
two
for
minutes
that.
adds up. Those
Yes.
two minutes adds up. So when you actually sit for the meditation, then it's really
You are
good that I
already
did it.
ready. We are
Yes,
already ready
exactly.
for it.
Yes,
Yes,
that is
yes.
the beauty.
Because,
That is the
yeah,
beauty.
so I felt ki even for that, we should have mindfulness that we have to
Yes,
insert this 2 minutes practice. We
yes,
have to squeeze in this into our
yeah.
routine. So, उसके लिए भी mindfulness होना है मुझे ऐसा लगता है. So,
Yeah.
it's
So it
difficult, but
complements. Yeah.
yes,
It's
yes, I brought it.
complements each other.
Yes,
Your meditation and your mindfulness. The breathing
yes,
and your
yes, yes,
mindfulness.
yes.
This thing.
All
So
goes. Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah. So what normally I do, again, this is from I think I'm not extending the session, but again, it is coming at the right
Okay.
time. That is what written in Atomic Habit book. Whenever you
Yes.
switch your task, you know
Hmm.
when you switch your task, your brain actually scans everything. Brain always
Okay.
want the new task. Brain is always for
Yes.
the new things, right? Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever we
Yes.
say switch your task, that is what I do in my office work line normally. Whenever I
Mm-hmm.
switch the meeting, 1 hour to whenever in 1 hour, definitely I take that 5 minutes break. Okay. And
Okay,
what
great.
I do there, use this means you also do it. Really, really fantastic way to connect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do just
Yes.
5 minutes of whichever breathing technique you want to do it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just take 5 minutes out of your 1 hour.
Great.
Yeah,
Sure.
that really helps. That really helps to switch over. And again, Atomic Habit says the same thing.
Yeah.
That really gives you time and space for your brain to switch over from one activity to other. So yeah,
To
so
other. Okay.
that way, yeah, yeah, it's good. Yeah. That is again
Fine.
beauty of reading all together, because then you connect different books, what author says,
Yes, yes.
this
Yeah,
everything
I am
comes together.
reading it on my own pace that I missed with the
Yeah, yeah,
group, that
yeah,
Atomic Habits. I am reading at my
yeah,
own
yeah.
pace. Yes, thank
No,
you.
but that is that
Thank
is that is what we are this thing, right? We are connecting here all those books and
Yes,
those
yes,
knowledge all together. So yeah,
yes,
so that,
nice.
yeah, yeah, why not? Wonderful session. Thanks for all your
As
this thing.
always.
I'm really
Thank you.
enjoying. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
Once,
thank you,
God
Milan.
bless.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vandana. Thank you, Mansi.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Mansi.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mansi. See
Have
you
a
Milan.
great
tomorrow.
day.
Thank you. Have a
Bye.
good
Yeah,
day.
see you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Yes,
Bye bye.
yes.
Take care. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.